morning out there. Bruce Kittle here with Hidden Pros Podcast, coming at you with another Mindful Monday. So I hope everybody is good, had a great weekend, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to ring the chime once or twice just to get centered with a little breath, and then we'll take off. Hope you're well. Invite you now just to close your eyes if you can, if you're safe, and relax a little bit, and here we go. Inhaling in nice and deep and full. Hold for a second. And exhaling out nice and deep and long. Inhaling in all the things that you need. Strength, confidence, calmness, peace. Exhale out everything that doesn't serve you. Fear, anxiety, and stress. Today I'm going to just share, as you guys, I don't know how it is for you, but I listen to a lot of different people talk, and it inspires me quite a bit because there's just a lot of really bright people out there, and there's a lot of really courageous people doing a lot of really cool things. So two of my favorite podcasts, one is Rich Roll, if you're not familiar with him. So former Stanford swimmer, endurance dude, and ex-lawyer, so kind of identify with all that. And then also Dr. Michael Gervais, so you might have heard of him. He's a kind of top peak performance guy, worked with Seahawks and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, they both have really good podcasts. And just this week, both of their shows had individuals who in the COVID era had COVID, but also some other complications. And the Rich Roll was a gentleman, I'm kind of blanking on his name, but the story is he was a longtime endurance runner, athlete, super hardcore and all that kind of stuff, and had symptoms very similar to COVID and didn't go anywhere because right when everything broke, nobody had any treatment, and they said if you can survive, stay at home, because everybody was going to the hospital, was dying. So he stayed at home, but it turned out he had kind of a rare form of lung cancer. And when he started spitting up blood and all that, he decided to go to the hospital. And he was down for a long time, nearly dead, all that kind of stuff, and came back. And the person on Dr. Gervais was a former MMA fighter, also got COVID, had long haul COVID, and then eventually it evolved into and/or was coincided with lymphoma. So he had quite a battle as well. And both of them talk about the complete loss of their physical abilities, because both of them had relied on and were really identified by their physicality. And I think a lot of us can identify with that, and or maybe we have something else. And it was just really interesting listening to the two stories from these guys, and neither of which were like in full recovery, neither of which had rebounded all the way. And I think if you're not familiar with long COVID and that, it's worth a listen to there, because it really is an eye-opener for those who've been through that. But anyway, the one thing, so on Rich Roll, he talked a little bit, and his phrase was the urgency of now. And he just talked about as he transitioned out of the hospital and pulled the tubes out, was able to eat, and finally was able to stand and walk again, for being an endurance athlete and then going to for so long. He was actually in a coma for almost 4 months. And he talked about some of the visions he had, and I would really recommend that. And I'll try to get that posted, the show. It was just this last week on Rich Roll. But he talked about that kind of the vision and what was important to him and all that. And I think it's a great message. But that urgency of now is, and the person with Dr. Gervais was the same thing. After he went through all that, he just said, the most important thing again was back to friends and family and just the simple pleasures in life and not doing as much and just being. So in this mindfulness, I guess this week, my encouragement is just to think about not urgency in a sense of where it's, claiming you or, pressurizing and all that kind of stress out, but in the sense of learning how to be yourself and being comfortable with what that is, and setting your set of values and living in alignment with those values and in relationship with the people in your life that are important. So that urgency of now, in the sense that we never get now back. This is what we got. This moment, it's really all we ever have. And you don't know what your future holds. You don't know what you're going to have. You don't know how many years left you'll have. And so, and I know you hear this all the time, but these were really powerful stories, and it really set home, kind of reminded me as well. So make sure you're telling people that you love them, and connect with the people that you care about, and make sure you're taking time to see the sunrise and the sunset, the leaves change, seasons, and those things, and just be appreciative of what we do have and the health. Every day I roll out of bed, my feet hit the ground, and I'm able to do mostly of all the things that I really want to do in life, physically and mentally. I'm grateful for that because I know there's so many people that can't. So anyway, here's to just having a week of appreciation and really living in full gratitude for the lives that we do have and the things that we have, and not yearning maybe quite so much for some of the other things out there, and spend so much time thinking about those other things and what might be and what we want, instead of just sitting present and be grateful for what we do have. So here's to a mindful week of gratitude and of love, finding some peace and staying centered and grounded in those things that really are, and staying focused on the things that really matter in life. So here's to having a great week, and we'll be thinking about you. And to all those who do have limitations, whether mentally or physically, we'll be lifting you up and holding you in our prayers and our thoughts, and may healing come your way.